Today we're going to showcase a new and delicious way to enjoy a roasted rack of lamb. Hey, I'm Chef Kyle from Kyle's Creations, here to make simple and healthy recipes for everyday living. If you're new now and you love creative recipes, click and subscribe right now. Before we tackle the lamb, we're going to first cook the vegetables that take the longest. So normally I would go recipe by recipe. Of course, the recipe will be in the description box so you guys can follow along, but it's always good to do the things that take the most amount of time so that when everything comes together at the end, you're not stuck waiting for something to finish cooking. Just a little bit of salt, extra virgin olive oil going in on this sweet potato, and I have two here, and we're just gonna prick it. That's gonna be wrapped in foil. Wrap that in. All right, now this is going in the oven at 375 degrees for about 45 minutes until the sweet potato is fork tender. Before we get to the rack of lamb, stay tuned for that. But right now, we're gonna make the base for a sauce by reducing some beef stock. So that's going in. Beef stock is wonderful, rich. You can always use chicken stock. You can substitute with vegetable stock if you want something lighter. I also have some scraps of vegetables that I had before, and I don't know what to do with them, so I'm just gonna add it to this beef stock. The mushroom flavor is actually gonna bring out more of those beefy notes, and it's gonna be a wonderful addition to the sauce that's gonna be the final product at the end. So I'm gonna throw that in. Now we're gonna reduce this by half for roughly 20 to 25 minutes. In my second pot, I have coconut milk that's going in. So this rack of lamb recipe is not going to require any marinade, but the other vegetables, ingredients such as the coconut milk and the other spices I use are actually going to enhance the flavor of the lamb while also making it digestible. So that's going to act as a substitute for a marinade. I'm going to add some sage. Some fresh sage is going right in there. 1 bay leaf, a garlic clove that I just smashed, and we're going to reduce that by half. Here I have 1.5 pounds of side of a rack of lamb. There's some connective tissue here, so we're just going to remove that. So now flip over the rack of lamb, and we're going to remove the loin, exposing the ribeye. You can cook this for another time. Just remove that a little bit. Expose some of the soft fat underneath. Extra virgin olive oil on both sides. Salt. Paprika. About a teaspoon of that. And some white pepper. Just a little bit. Just rub that in. And the final step, we're going to wrap the bones with aluminum foil. I'm going to take these scraps here and we're going to sear it off, get some fat going to season everything. Right, now we're just going to take the scraps, use this fat, flavor everything. Okay, fat is rendered down, there's enough oil there to sear the lamb. And we're just going to do a quick sear on this. So, this side first. Press it down. Some thyme is going in there. Now sear the lamb for 2 minutes on each side. Nice sear. Other side. 1 tablespoon of butter is going in. Okay, that's just a quick sear on that. Through the bottom. Other side. Perfect. It's going in the oven for 4 minutes. Alright, it's perfect. Reduced by half. Shut off the beef stock. Okay, I'm going to pour out that butter. Pull out rack of lamb. Put it right here. Alright, let that rest. Now we're gonna make the herb crust, right? Now we're gonna make the herb crust with I have some Parmesan right here. Just gonna remove that. Someone's been eating this Parmesan, not me. You can always save these rinds for a sauce, and we're just gonna chop this up into chunks. So about half a cup of Parmesan. I'm gonna take 2 cloves of garlic, remove the end, and just smash it. 8 sprigs of thyme. Take a lot of parsley, maybe close to half a cup of parsley. Remove the stems. If we were blending a parsley sauce, we can always use the stems. And some mint. 5 stalks of mint. Rough chop on that. Right in there. Add some salt.
Once the Parmesan is blended, I also added half a cup of panko and 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil.
Okay, pat that down. Now we're gonna take our lamb, just gonna hit it with a little bit of cinnamon. Okay, and we're gonna take some Dijon mustard and brush all surfaces of this lamb that are exposed. All sides, including the bottom. Right, now we're gonna coat it. Very easy. Press into it. Top. Sides. Just add some more. Side. Now this is going in the oven at 375 degrees or 350 for about 15-20 minutes. Alright, I have my cast iron warming up. We're gonna make a quick roux with 2 tablespoons butter, equal parts flour, so 2 tablespoons and 2 tablespoons. And then we're gonna add the sauce afterwards. So this is the quickest way to make a very easy brown sauce without having to roast some bones, roast some vegetables, because I thought of actually doing that, but then I realized that was gonna take at least an hour. Butter's going in. Add the flour. Right now it's a blonde roux. We're gonna get this past the blonde stage to a brown stage for more flavor and color. Alright, you could smell the nutty notes, the brown notes. This is almost there. Okay, this is brown right now. I have my strainer here. And quickly stir this around while we add it. Squeeze out all that liquid. Don't forget. Okay? And now we're just going to reduce this. Look at that. Just let this reduce on low heat. Alright, this is going to continue to cook, so I'm going to shut this off. Add some salt to it. And I'm going to add a little bit of lime juice just for some acid. That's done. Set that aside. Okay, Swiss shards. We're going to keep it nice, somewhat rustic. Spring is coming soon, so I want to showcase some in-season vegetables. So with the Swiss shards, we're just going to take off the big stem in the middle by just ripping it. That, and we're going to save these stalks. You could use them like celery.
And I made sure to wash all the Swiss shards before prepping.
That's going in my pot here. I'm going to keep this whole rustic. It's going to cook down. And then at the end, we're going to saute in a little bit of garlic, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and some ginger. on medium-high heat. I have some hot water already here. All right, and then we're gonna boil this
For 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, pull this out. It's all bright and green. Right, and there's some cold water. Take it back of a spoon.
To scrape a piece of ginger.
It's good. And just gonna chop it. 2 garlic cloves. We'll just keep it rustic, so just slice it. Right, over here. Extra virgin olive oil is going in. I'm got a good amount of that. Enough to coat. Garlic's going in.
Perfect. Pull out the roasted rack of lamb and the sweet potato.
Okay, at this stage I'm going to add the ginger. Let that sweat out for 1 minute. Swiss chard is going in. Need some extra liquid going in. Salt. Okay, that's done. Perfect. Just let it drain on some paper towel. I'm gonna add sweet potato first. I have 1.5. So there's 2 ways you could actually make the sweet potato. You can always chop up the sweet potato and just boil it down with the coconut milk, but you're gonna lose some of that color because the pigments in the sweet potato are gonna become dull. Now, secret ingredient, not a secret anymore, some vanilla extract. Half a teaspoon of that. A zest, a lime. I'm gonna pour the reduced coconut milk. Some lime juice to that. Just for some acid, balance out the flavors. Perfect puree. I'm gonna follow the contour. Right there. Back of the spoon. Take some Swiss chards. That, and finally the lamb. Touch of olive oil. Give it some nice shine. Take some of that brown gravy that way and a little bit on here. All right, guys, look at this wonderful dish. Here we go. Perfect. And as always, subscribe and hit that notification bell to get all my latest recipes. And I have 2 more recipes to plug right now. One is a leg of lamb, a little bit different than the rib. And the second dish, I have a shrimp in a sauce with soba noodles. They're both wonderful dishes, especially now that the weather is starting to change. Nice, hearty, but also very light and flavorful. Stay tuned and see you for the next episode.